Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm with my dad, the HCG Diet coach. A lot of you guys asked me a lot of questions about the HCG, and you guys have actually asked these questions, so we're going to answer them for you today so you guys have a better understanding of the diet, and he can explain it a lot better than I've been able to explain to you guys. So you're going to get a good sense of the diet, how to do it and everything like that. So we're going to get these questions answered for you guys, and forgive me for looking down at my phone. That's where the questions are, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. And yeah, so we're going to get into the video. Okay, question number one. What is the HCG diet?
What is the HCG diet? HCG diet is a protocol that was put together by a doctor named A.T.W. Simeons about 50 years ago. It is the best fat loss diet on the planet. It uses a hormone called HCG, which stands for human chorionic gonadotropin. They call it the pregnancy hormone, which is a hormone that is created only by women in mass quantities when they're during pregnancy. This hormone, used in small doses, has been known to help people mobilize fat and lose in excess of 1 to 2 pounds a day. And that's kind of the short answer.
That's a short, okay, it's 2:22. How healthy and safe, question number two, how healthy and safe is the diet if you are limiting yourself to 500 calories a day and injecting hormones?
That's a great question. I mean, the 500 calorie limitation seems that what alarms people. But just so you know, when the HCG is in your system, it actually forces your body to release thousands of calories into your bloodstream, in excess of 3,000 and sometimes 4,000 calories into your bloodstream. So as you're taking in 500 calories a day, your body actually doesn't know the difference of getting 5,000 or 3,000 calories or 500 calories. So it thinks it's getting a total of 3,500 calories or more per day, and that's why you're never hungry and you have plenty of energy. So that's what keeps it safe, but it also is designed for you to stay right above the starvation mode. So 500 to 550 calories is the minimum requirement. Otherwise, your body will dip into starvation. So it is a very specific diet that needs to be followed to the letter.
Okay, very good. Can you please explain the packages of the HCG that you have on your site?
Yes, you know what? It was my goal to put together complete packages so someone who wanted to do this protocol for the very first time or the 10th time would have a roadmap. It's really important, because this is a very specific diet, it's really important that you have all the right information all the way from phase 1 through phase 4. So in our packages, we put together my book, which is How to Feel Good Naked 26 Days, HCG Body for Life. My wife Janie's recipe book that covers all the recipes you need for phase 2 and phase 3, along with all of your mixing supplies and the HCG that comes directly from our overseas pharmacy right to your door. My goal is that when you open the package, you have everything you need that will eliminate you from having to go to the internet and start asking questions from very well-meaning people who may not have the right answer and derail you from your goal. So we have packages that go from 26 days to 90 days for those who need to lose the most weight. That way they can keep momentum going and lose as much weight as possible.
Okay, so this question, number 3 technically, is in a series of a couple other questions. Why is the diet so expensive, and why are the injections better?
Well, it depends on what you're considering expensive. You know, when I did this protocol 5.5 years ago, I had no other option than going to a doctor and getting the injection. Both my wife and I both went to the doctor and paid $1,500 a piece to get this to implement this protocol. Now, I got to tell you that it was the best money I've ever spent. But I realized that not a lot of people were going to be able to spend $1,500 or more to be able to lose weight. So we found out basically that we could use overseas pharmacies where people have been utilizing for years and get the same exact hormone for a fraction of the cost. So what we paid $1,500 for, you guys actually get it for 1/10 of what we paid for. So actually we think it's very affordable for you to actually lose a huge amount of weight for under $150 in most cases.
All right, and then why are the injections better?
Well, you know what? That's conjecture. Both the injections and drops work well. I've done them both. However, I believe the injections provide a little bit more consistent weight loss. If you look at it this way, in the injections you get an exact dose of HCG in your system every single day, so your blood levels stay very even. When you take anything sublingually or orally, it basically has to absorb into your bloodstream, and that absorption rate could change on a daily basis. Oftentimes, too, what happens is that people forget to take their dose in the second time throughout the day. With the injection, it's one injection once a day every 24 hours. With the drops, you got to take them twice a day, and sometimes people forget the second dose and end up having to wake up in the middle of the night or skip it, and that changes in your blood level can reduce your overall weight loss. They both are effective, and if you are a scaredy cat of little insulin needles, then the drops are definitely the way to go.
All right, okay, so do you have to exercise on this diet?
Absolutely not. You do not have to exercise on this diet. Actually, this diet was originally created for people who were morbidly obese that had very limited mobility. So actually, they still had the power to lose 1 or 2 pounds a day without exercise. However, when I first did the protocol, I followed it to the letter, the original Simeon's protocol, and did not exercise. Now, for me personally, I was extremely happy with my fat loss results, but I was not happy with my muscularity. So I kind of did the protocol again, and I broke the rules, and I actually did exercise and implemented some high-intensity interval training, and my results were miraculous. I mean, they were so amazing that to this day, people say that it is probably the most dramatic fat loss results that they've seen in years from someone doing this type of protocol. So we implemented exercise. We believe that it actually helps you build more muscle, you burn more fat. In the long run, after the protocol, your body, your metabolism actually works faster because you have more muscle mass. So you don't have to exercise, but if you want athletic results and you want to look toned, lean, and sexy, I recommend it highly.
Okay. What is the ideal calorie intake for this diet?
The ideal calorie intake is 550. I say 550 because most people who are following the original protocol, one of the flaws that we found was that it's not because of Dr. Simeon's protocol. His protocol is actually brilliant. It's because of the way the food quality in the United States has degraded over the years, that you're actually not getting the amount of protein and calories in the foods you're eating right now. Your beef and your poultry and your fish are all injected with hormones, so they're actually way heavier than they really are. So what happens is that if you don't get the right amount of calories and amount of protein, you'll actually not lose weight effectively. So it's very important that 550 to 750 on our protocol, if you're going to take our athletic approach on the days you're exercising, you actually get a little bit more calories to feed the muscle and burn the fat.
Okay, where am I? Does it work, and how does it work?
You know what, this has got to be the most effective fat loss system on the planet. Not only have I seen it work for myself, my family members, but thousands of people now that we've coached over the last 5 years have had miraculous results. And what's more importantly, we're not talking about just fat loss, we're talking about actually improved health. We're talking about blood pressure normalizing, blood sugar normalizing, cholesterol normalizing. I mean, there's a huge detox process that goes along your body with this protocol, and it works miraculously. And why it works and how it works is that the HCG is actually allowing you to tap into your abnormal fat stores, the fat you can't seem to get no matter how much you exercise and run on the treadmill. Everyone seems to come to a plateau where their body will not lose any more weight. That's because your body has a very difficult time withdrawing from those abnormal fat stores. The HCG miraculously releases that fat into the bloodstream, allows you to access it as fuel, hence you're able to burn more calories and lose pounds and pounds and pounds a week.
How do you keep the weight off at the end of the diet, or when you're done with the diet? How do you keep the weight off?
You know, it's a really good question. You know, there is no silver bullet here. I mean, bottom line is this is you are learning a lesson in how to eat right, how to have clean, lean proteins and clean vegetables and low glycemic fruits. But phase 3, one of the things that this protocol does that no other diet on the planet does, it is designed to reset your metabolism and your hypothalamus gland. The hypothalamus controls usually the major function in your body. It was the one that set your weight, your original weight set point when you were born, your height, your eye color. So what happens over years, those of us who have a weight problem have knocked our hypothalamus out of whack. Your body now believes it's calibrated at the weight you are right now. As you go through phase 3 and recalibrate your weight set point, and once you've lost the weight, you're going to lock in that new weight set point. Now, is it locked in permanently? It only is if you have a lifestyle change. You know, this is not about losing the weight and going back to eating cookies and crackers. I mean, the fast foods got to go. I can't tell you the last time I had fast food, probably in the last 5 years. Because there's nothing good in it. So bottom line, it is a lifestyle change. What you do 80% of the time is going to show up in your life. So if you have a nice balanced diet 80% of the time and you limit those goody things you want to have 20% of the time, keeping the weight off is not an issue. 5 years later and I'm still in the best shape of my life.
Okay. I thought this question was actually a pretty interesting question because I think I get it a lot. Do I just stop the diet after I lose the amount of weight that I want to lose?
You know, a lot of people make this mistake, and that's why they end up doing this protocol more than once or more than several rounds if you have a lot of weight to lose. This protocol was originally designed for you to take you to your natural body weight. Sometimes your natural body weight is not the number you think it is. So some people say, hey, I just want to lose 20 pounds, but really your natural body weight may really be 40 pounds. So what happens is if you reach your goal, especially you say if you reach your goal within the first 2 weeks of this protocol, because it has happened that people have lost well over 20 something pounds within the first week or two, that, well, at least first 2 weeks, that you just stop the diet. You really need to do this protocol at least for 21 days for it actually to restart the resetting process of your hypothalamus. If you fail to do that and you don't follow it through, and especially follow through to phase 3, what's going to happen, you're going to see rebound weight gain, and it's actually wasting your time. So a minimum time frame for this is 21 days. And if you reach your goal in that time frame, then you can move into phase 3 after 21 days. But if not, we recommend you take the protocol to the limit to absorb all your fat stores, then you move into phase 3 and 4 of your life.
Okay. Does the HCG diet work for people who need to lose 30 pounds or more?
It is actually designed for people that need to lose 30 pounds or more. Actually, 25 pounds or more is the ideal candidate for this protocol. Now, we're also finding that athletes and bodybuilders are using this protocol as a cutting phase to get into ultimate shape. I mean, I've used it on both occasions to actually get cut up with 20 pounds or less. And of course, when I started this thing at almost 50 pounds heavier than I am today. So it is ideal for people who have 25, 30 pounds or to 300, 400 pounds to lose. But if you have 20 pounds or less, it still will be effective, but you'll find that your weight loss is going to be slower, your daily numbers are going to be slower, but it's still going to get you to your ultimate goal of being in the best shape of your life.